Hello. Today we're talking about the law of conservation of mass, and we're going to practice that a little bit. Now, the law of conservation of mass, it talks about it here, but the general idea is that we neither create nor destroy mass. So if I strike a match and I burn the match, I haven't destroyed any matter, I haven't destroyed any mass, it's just been converted to something else. And you can see that in this image, right? We take a log plus the oxygen molecules, we burn it. Well, on the other end, I still have all the same atoms there. They've just been moved around a bit. So we have ash now, which is different than the log, and we have different gases produced in the combustion process. And we're gonna look at that in terms of, start looking at it in terms of chemical equations. Because when you have a chemical reaction, what you start with will be the same as what you end with. The total number of atoms, the total mass has to balance on each side. So this is just introducing this concept. So I'm going to try and explain what it is that you need to do here. All you're writing in the spaces is whether it's balanced, it has the same number of atoms on each side, or unbalanced, an unequal number of atoms on each side. We take a look at this first one, H2O. The number to the bottom right is telling you how many of those atoms there are. So there's 2 hydrogen atoms, 2 of them. The oxygen next to it, O, has no number. So that's just a 1. You don't have to write 1 in there. It's just if there's no number, that just means there's 1 of those atoms. So there's 1 oxygen atom. 2 hydrogens, 1 oxygen. Now I look at the other side. I have 1 hydrogen because there's no number down here to the right, so that's a 1. Plus just means it's separate, the oxygen is separate now. And there's only 1 oxygen. So this is unbalanced. 2 hydrogens on this side, only 1 hydrogen on that side. Same number of oxygens, 1 and 1, but not the same number of hydrogens. So I'm writing unbalanced. Let's look at the second problem. NO3, and then I've got N plus O3. Well, nitrogen, remember no number there, so that's just a 1. That means there's 1 nitrogen. There's a 3 down to the right of the oxygen, so that means there's 3 oxygens. On this side, I have 1 nitrogen plus, so again, that plus is just saying that it's separate. Over here, I have 3 oxygens because I know, because of that number down there, that 3. So 1 nitrogen on each side, 3 oxygens on each side, that is balanced. All right, let's do another one here because there's one more thing that comes up that's easy to get confused by. There's a 2 out in front of this carbon, the C. This is kind of like in math when you have parentheses. It says, I have 2 of every part of this molecule. Now in this case, it's only 1 carbon, right? So 2 times 1 just means I have a total of 2 carbons there. And then that's separated out with the plus. Here's my hydrogen. I only have the 1 hydrogen. Now I look at the opposite side. How many carbons do I have? Just 1. How many hydrogens do I have? I have 4 hydrogens. So 2 carbons, 1 carbon, 1 hydrogen, 4 hydrogens. That one's totally unbalanced. I want to do one more with you on this side, just so we are sure we know what we're doing. Maybe 2 actually. So let's look at 14. 14, I've got a 2 out front of the H2O. Remember, treat this like parentheses in math. 2 hydrogens here, so 2 times 2, 2 times 2. It means I have 4 hydrogens. There's 1 oxygen inside, but 2 times 1 is 2 oxygens. On the other side, I have 4 hydrogens plus 2 oxygens. Does that balance? It does. Now look at 15. Same exact thing. We're doing the same exact method. I've got a 2 out front. That means every part of this molecule gets doubled. So what that means is 2 times 1 nitrogen, that I have 2 nitrogens total. Oxygens, there's 3 inside. So 2 times 3 is 6 oxygens. I look on the other side here. This is a total of 2 nitrogens, because 2 times 1, plus O5, that means I have 5 oxygens. Almost balanced, but not quite. 2 nitrogens on both sides, but 6 oxygens here and 5 oxygens there, so that is unbalanced. If you follow those examples, you should be able to do all the rest of the assignments here. All right, thank you so much.